Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to the discussion. It is a continuation discussion from yesterday. Yesterday we have emphasized about the importance of recognizing the first luminosity, which is the Bardo movement before death. If a person is a great practitioner, the moment external breathing ceases, before internal breathing ceases, one is able to recognize the luminosity that we have, what we have been practicing when the person is still alive. And somehow, if this being in, if the dying person somehow miss the opportunity to seize the first or recognize the first luminosity, the person will still have a second opportunity, which is called the second luminosity. And if this person is able to recognize and remain in such state of luminosity, then the person will instantly attain the body of Dharmakaya. However, maybe due to laziness, due to our five poison, somehow if we still miss many chances, then we end up with Bardo of Dharma, whereby all the 100 deities will appear one after another. And so far we have discussed 42 deities, peaceful deities. And any, whichever, if you can recognize at least one of them, we can still attain. From now on, we can only achieve the body of Sambhogakaya.
大家下午好。那么今天呢，我们所讨论的是由昨晚的教法所延续下来的。那么首先我们要谈的呢，就是中阴前的这些教法。那么有一些很多的大成就者所给我们的明示跟我们的教法。那在这些教法当中，昨晚我们有提到过，其实最重要的就是我们有第一次明光、第二次明光跟第三次明光的显现。当我们失去第一次的明光、第二次的明光跟第三次之后呢，我们到这三次都失去的话，我们就只有到这个100本尊的显现。在这100本尊的显现当中，我们有42个极静尊，58个愤怒尊。那昨晚上师已经开示到这个42个极静尊。当这个第一明光、第二明光显的话，我们当下能够认知，我们当下得到这个成就的时候、解脱的时候，我们进入的是Dhammakaya，就是法性身。那之后呢，如果我们都失去了这个机会，到我们进入到这个100本尊陆续显现的时候，其中一尊只要你能够认知的话，你还是可以解脱，进入这个报身境界。所以昨晚呢，上师所开示的42个极静尊，那就是要让我们知道，这个当然你全部要记得，可能不是那么容易，但是只要其中有一尊，你可以在中阴身的时候呢认知的话，你都当下可以解脱入报身境。
So during the Bardo of Dharmata, during the appearances of all these peaceful deities, time tend to be much slower. Then if you can recognize one of them, then you are liberated. But during the time of wrathful deities, time tend to move faster. So we have to make sure when we are still alive, make sure keep connection with all the deities, because during the wrathful deities, it becomes very frightening, very scary, and we are very fearful of so many things. So our mind is always like disturbed, exhausted, and full of worries. So we may miss all the chances. So we have to make sure from now on, we keep connection with all the deities. So every moment when deity appears, you have to grasp the opportunity. They will appear. Like once they appear, instantly they disappear. Another one appear. So during the appearance of different deity, the time is really fast and short. So what can I expect? Oh, I cannot recognize. I want to wait for another moment. Oh, no, not you. Oh, maybe next one, not you. So we don't have such a luxury moment in such an environment. So we have to be constantly focused and have full belief in our practice and deities.
那所以这个进入这个报身境的显现呢，我们就是要开始认知所有的本尊的显现。那么上次讲的42个极静尊，它的速度显的时候会比较慢，没有这么的快。但是如果真的是很不幸，你在这42个极静尊，你也没有办法当下认知的时候，那58个愤怒尊就开始一一显现。在当这些愤怒尊开始显现的时候呢，它速度时间就会加快，而且因为它是愤怒尊，它所显现的相会让我们害怕跟恐惧。当然，在你选这个百位本尊的这个时间之内呢，希望你在这个中阴的之前这个部分呢，你还是有这个时间跟这个生命这个寿命。但是呢，你如果可以在你平常修行的时候，你只要能够认知一尊，你依然是会有机会。可是自己也必须要知道，你在那个当下是没有选择的。就说当一个本尊显的时候，你不可以说哦不是你是下一个，就是它的时间的速度会非常的快。所以在我们得到这个中阴教法的时候，我们平常就必须要有那个修行的定力，去在那个明光之中呢，去认知任何一个本尊呢，当下跟着他去那个法性界，达玛达。
So success all depends on how much you practice in this life and how strong the connection is there between you and the deities. Because according to Bardo total, there could be many temples, there could be many gurus, there could be many learned individuals. They all seem to miss chances because due to their pride, due to all this poison, they are not able to recognize this precious moment and hold on with the precious moment. Therefore, it is so important for us. And one thing good about doing the Bardo is the person does not have to be fully learned or highly qualified. Even person with a lower capacity, as long as you have connection, devotion, and then believe in what you have practiced during your life and during the Bardo, when somebody read Bardo total, and if you have a total belief, the person is instantly liberated. The person is, able to save by all these deities. So what is important here is the connection and your devotion and your belief.
那么在这里我们谈到，不管你自己本身是有多么好的修持，或者是你对认知这个本尊有多么的可信，那么在那个当下中阴身里面，可能显现的是你所认识的，在你在生的时候，你可能认识一些上师啦，可能认识一些堪布啦，他们等等也会在那个境界当中会显现，但是这些也是根据自己的业障，因为我们的业障呢，的障碍，我们有的时候会不能够认知，所以真正一个很好的修行者， 就算呢你不算是一个很好的根器，但是你具足了10分的信心，那在当下你就是相信这个本尊的显现，跟着他就去解脱。所以这个信心呢，在那个当下是非常重要的。
Now, during the 6 days, somehow you are still not able to recognize all the Buddha's family. Somehow you miss. Probably it was so busy in Bardo, so you miss all the chances. 1 second, all the 5 Buddha family, now they will appear at once with a consort, 10 of them, and all the whole entourage will appear in front of you. And you should try to not to miss this opportunity and recognize at least one of them. And with this, all the wrathful deities, not fully wrathful, they are the protector of for outside mandala with the consort, and also like Buddhas of 6 realms. All this will appear at once together. So if you are able to recognize one of them, by keeping a strong connection now, by looking at the pictures, if you see one of them and you are instantly liberated, which means that you will reborn as a Sambhogakaya Buddha, or you merge with all the deities, then the period of Bardo is reduced. So you don't have to go further down. So you escape from such a treacherous journey, difficult journey.
那如果你这前面5天你都没有办法把自己的修持很好的掌握住，也没有办法在那当下认知所有的这些所显现的佛菩萨本尊，那接下来的呢第6天，他所显现的情况就开始会改变了，就是5方佛跟5方佛母，它是一次同时显现，而且这个速度是很快的。而且还有的就是在他们坛城周边的一些护法或者菩萨，那如果只要你能够在当下认知一尊，你就可以跟他们相融，那你就可以解脱了。接下来的所有所困难的，你再经过更困难的这个境界呢，你就已经不需要再去面对。所以呢，这个也是一个让我们在八度中阴这个境界当中呢，可以跟着去诸佛菩萨空行护法，那进入净土。
And one thing that through the Bardo stages, one thing we have to keep reminding ourselves by believing sincerely that all these deities which appears in Bardo are in fact they all reside inside our heart. Like for instance, the central Buddha reside in our heart, and the other 4 Buddha reside the 4 direction of our heart. So basically, there are primordial spontaneous display of our mind. Basically, it is the display of our mind, what we are seeing externally. Okay, like for instance, like in dream, while you are sleeping, you can dream so many things. Sometimes you can dream, beautiful places, beautiful people. Sometimes you may have nightmares. All these do not exist externally, but they are all actually simply the display of our mind. Similarly, when you're able to convince ourselves such a concept, then suddenly all the fear that we have during the Bardo stages will just dissolve itself, and we are able to connect with all these powerful deities. So this is very, very important.
那有一件事情，我们必须要记住，在中阴时呢，我们要提醒自己，所有这些所化现出来的，其实就是由我们自身本性中所显现的。这一些5方佛啦，还有8大菩萨啦，或者在它周边的所有的这些护法，其实它都是在我们的心念里面呢，都一直是存在的。那当我们 在中阴的时候，它所显现出来的是由我们自心本性所化现出来的。那么上师打个比方，如五方佛，那五方佛就是在我们心轮的这个坛城呢，中间是大日如来，旁边有4尊佛，然后再围绕着其他的中空行护法之类的。那比如呢，再打一个比方，就是说我们在做梦的时候，当我们进入梦境的时候呢，我们所经历的种种，当你从梦中惊醒的时候，醒过来的时候，其实它都已经不存在了。所以这个道理是相同的。当我们进入中阴的时候，当这些所有的诸佛菩萨还有空行护法所显现的时候呢，也是从我们的自心本性所显现出来的。所以在那个时候，你就已经不会有这个恐惧，不会有被侵害或者有这个恐惧或害怕的感觉。那让它很自然的，让你的心性跟本尊所显的能够相融在一起，当下解脱。
And also it says the light rays of the 4 wisdom, but actually the color of 5 Buddha family. Now they will form, actually comes out in the form of light, the color of 5 Buddha family, and in different sizes, in the Bardo Toto, when you have the book later in future, one can read in the Bardo books. Sometimes there's the shape of cow and ornamented with the different lights. So all this light will appear from the Buddhas, and this is the light to again invite you to their respective Pure Land, or the moment one recognizes that these are all simply the display of our own mind, then one merges with all different Buddha family, then instantly one obtains the body of Sambhogakaya.
那么说，当我们谈到这五方佛它有不同的颜色，有5种颜色。它5种颜色呢，如果一一的分析的话，是代表五方佛的智慧。但是呢，当我们进入这个中阴的时候呢，它可能会显现的颜色，或者是他手上所拿的法器，或者它有任何一种不同的形状。所以不管它用任何的方式、形状也好、颜色也好，当它显现的时候呢，我们都可以当下认知，那个是由我们的真如本性中所化现出来的。那如果当下你可以跟着这样的记号，跟着它融入的话呢，我们顿时就会进入报身佛的境界。
And the problem here is due to our poisons. Again, the light dim and smoothing or comfortable light of 6 realms, as we have learned yesterday, will come to invite us. And due to the strong tendency that we have now, because of 5 poison, we may simply follow the dim lights of 6 realms. Then we may end up in 6 realms, lower realms, which is also very, very dangerous. So we have to be aware that no matter whatever light that appears in front of us, we have to constantly follow the light which are bright, brilliant, sharp, powerful, threatening, frightening. These are the light. Without any doubt, if you follow, one merges with the deities. So this is how one need to move forward.
那么，因为我们在生的时候，我们都有五毒，我们的这个业障，在这个中阴界的时候，它也会来迎接我们，所以它会连续的、接连的，它都会显现。但是它这个光所显在这个中阴界的时候，它是非常灰暗的，它是一种暗的这个光过来的。如果我们当下的业障还没有清除，我们很可能在中阴界呢，我们就接触的，或者我们能够接触的，就是跟着那个暗的那个光呢，你就会下到6道。那根据它的这个光的不同，那么下到不同的6道。所以呢，我们必须要对自己随时的提醒我们自己，要相信我们所见到的是很光亮、很刺眼，然后它的光是充满在宇宙虚空无量无边的那种光的 情况下，增加自己的信心，就是跟着它这个光融入到里面去的话呢，那我们就是有得到解脱了。
Okay, so this is what you need to practice. From yesterday's discussion, I've been again emphasizing the importance of the practice of luminosity, which is in fact, even in Mahamudra discussion, one will emphasize the same discussion. Like for instance here, practice luminosity. So luminosity is not simply visualizing a bright light. That doesn't mean that at all. So what does it mean is, mind is empty but luminous, which means it's not just empty, but mind which is free from darkness or unknowing. Okay, and at the same time there are other character applied, such as, does mind exist? No. Does mind do not exist? No. So it is beyond existent and non-existent. Okay, so this is what we need to focus, and then now we just manipulate the words, and through manipulation we are able to understand the picture or construct the picture of what luminosity means. Okay, gradually when we continue to practice, then we are able to experience what true luminosity really means. So now it is hard because we are not realized. Like for instance, someone who have never tasted chocolate, if you try to explain, chocolate is very delicious. Now, what is delicious? Okay, sweet, yummy. You can't really think, how to put it, because this is something you need to explain by yourself. So the moment the person tastes chocolate, then okay, this is how chocolate tastes like. So similarly, when one practices for long enough, then the moment one realizes, that's the time that okay, this is what luminosity means, which again you cannot express. It's beyond word of expressions. You might be saying, oh, this Rinpoche has gone crazy.
所以呢，这就是我们一定要持续不断的去修持、去体验。当我们见到这个明光的时候，我们怎样的去跟它融入？那上次在这里特别提醒我们在做这个修持中阴的这个修法的时候，这个光不是用观想出来的，因为这个光呢，它原本它就是在那边的，它从来没有消失，也没有存在，它原本就是在那里的，所以不是我们去用观想把它观出来的。所以呢，所谓的 darkness on knowing 就是当这个灰暗的，当你在这个暗中的时候呢，它是不知道的。所以呢，我们必须要超越一个概念，就是它存在还是不存在。这个不是在我们概念里面，它已经超越了这个概念。所以经过这个我们所谓的要去解脱呢，我们必须要修持去体验。就是当我们修这个中阴戒的时候，我们本身去体验光明中的这个境界到底是什么样的。所以呢，当我们在这个还有生命的这个阶段当中，如果我们能够经过这样的境界去体验的话，你到中阴这一界的时候，你才懂那个明光中的境界到底是什么样子的。那个是没有办法去用言语去形容出来的。那比方仁波切说，巧克力，那你听别人讲说，巧克力很好吃，巧克力很香很甜，但是你没有办法去用观去用想。它到底是怎么甜？它到底是怎么好吃？除非你把那个巧克力放在你的口里，你才知道它的甜味是到什么程度，然后它为什么那么香，它为什么那么好吃？那除非你的口去尝过了，你才会知道。所以同样的道理，当我们在做这个修持的时候呢，我们就是去体验。但是这种体验呢， 它是无法去用言语去形容出来的。
Okay, so during the 7 days, still during the peaceful deities, all this Vidyadhara, we call Vidyadhara, Vidyadhara means the holder of wisdom, Ripachava, holder of learned or fully accomplished. All these deities from 5 directions, central and the east, south, west, north direction. When our tendency, this is one of the most difficult to be purified. The gross defilement is easily be purified. However, the subtle tendency that remains until when you become only purifies the moment you become a Buddha. Okay, so all these tendencies, when it's purified, it transforms into white color, which means that the whole space will be brightened with the white color, and that is the time, all these darkenings, all these darkenings of 3 direction, 10 direction, 4 different worlds, all these darkenings will appear in front of us. We call it Vidyadharas, holding carved knives, carved with the blood, in front of us. They'll be dancing, different with the darkening different kind of dances, dance. They will be dancing all of our spaces, and then we just need to follow and remember that they are here to invite us. They are in fact all that they are, actually comes out from our heart, and they are not to harm us but to invite us. So again, if you recognize one of the darkenings, one of the Vidyadharas, instantly we are liberated, or we will obtain the body of Sambhogakaya Buddha, or we merge with all this darkening. Then from this moment, then our duration of our Bardo movement is shortened and stopped. We are instantly liberated, so we don't have to go further. Otherwise, if you keep missing chances, then you keep failing, keep failing, then you will reach, at the end of the day, you reach the Bardo existence, So now everything depends on us, how strong we are, how devoted we are, how focused we are, and if you really wish to cut the continuity of such uncertainties. So this is the moment we need to grab and follow the Vidyadharas.
那么再接着下来的那个警戒，就是前面的呢，我们都已经又失去了啊。那么现在呢，在这个极静尊里面，我们还有5方智慧佛母。这5方智慧佛母，它在从5个方向，那不同的来显现。那我们讲我们的业力，在这个当下呢，我们还是会有业力的牵引、业力的影响。所以呢，我们的业在被清除的时候，表面的业是很容易被清除的，但是在我们下意识里面的那个业呢，那个是最难清除的。那这个业障呢，在当下我们周围这些空行母还有本尊所化现的，是用白色的光来帮我们净化。所以当下那个时候会在4面8方左右，就是5个方向、3个方向都好，会有很多的这个空行母以不同的舞姿，会在这个虚空当中跟我们引起。所以我们就要立即的这个念力里面，我们很坚定的确认了、认知了，我们就立刻的跟着这些空行母，那进入报身的境界。那如果要不然的话，上师就说你就一直失去机会，这个也失去，那个也失去，到最后我们的这个中阴界呢，到了最尾端的时候，那也是最危险的时候。所以我们当下必须在那个时候去认知这些空行智慧佛母，然后跟着他们进入报身境。所以我们现在的这个修持尤其是做中阴法、中阴界的这个修持呢，是我们非常重要的一个准备工作。
Now again, what we have learned earlier, even during the 7 days, there are always many obstacles we tend to face along our journey. Like, for instance, during the 7 days, when all this deity appears, all this Vidadara, and then, you know, the light of animal realm once again come to haunt us. And because of our tendency, we seem to attract to the light of animal realm, which is dim, smoothing, yet not frightening. And as usual, we think that this is safe to follow. That's how, you know, we are always strict and led to the wrong places. Yeah, so we have to make sure that we don't follow the light that which are dim and smoothing. You know, this all what happens in everyday life. All these poisons, they comes in many different forms, and many times it is smoothing. You know, and therefore we do not really notice when this comes. Like, for instance, when you start to practice, many times we tend to fall asleep, you know. But sleepiness is a part of ignorance. When sleepiness and sluggishness that comes to us, we don't feel threatening. We feel, wow, this is good, you know. Let it be. Let it be. I try to remain in such state, you know. And because it's so comfortable, it's so comforting, so we are attracted to such feeling that we fall asleep. And during this duration, we tend to miss everything. Similarly, there are many other poisons come in such a way we don't feel it, we don't notice. And then what happens is, once this poison takes root inside our heart, then it will start controlling us. Then we become the slave or the poison, and not this lifetime, but many generation to many generation, we are imprisoned in samsara. So Shanti Deva said, the moment poison comes, you have to visualize there's a big python or snake on your lap, then you will jump, you know. So that kind of attitude that we should hold when all this poison comes to us. I keep forgetting.
It's okay.
I don't know where, I don't know, in Taiwan, I don't know, one time, you know, I totally forgotten that, you know, I was speaking and everybody. And then suddenly I realized that we need to translate, you know. So then half teaching is gone already. So I'll give you a bell. Every time too long you can use my bell.
哎呀，刚才就是仁波切昨天就是早期之前呢，仁波切都有提示过。那么，当我们这前面6天的时间呢都过了，到第7天的时候，那它所显现的东西就开始好了，就不一样了。所以这些呢，都在这个中阴的时候，对我们最有影响力的是我们的业力。我们还是因为自己的业力没有清除，所以这个业力会牵引我们到不同的境界。那甚至于有的时候呢，它是一个畜生道，可是因为你自己的业力，你没有办法当下认知，也有可能呢，因为业力的关系，你就堕入到畜生道。因为我们的业障是无明的，我们没有办法去在中阴界的时候去认知。那上次做一个简单的比喻，如果我们想要睡觉。那睡觉的感觉是不是很舒服很好？你不会去防范它，你也不会去觉得它对你是一个伤害。但是我们的业力就好像那个睡觉的舒服的感觉一样，因为你一直在执着那种感觉，我要很好的感觉，所以呢，你就会尽量的避开那个真正对我们有利益，要真正可以带领我们去解脱的那个方向。所以呢，这种感觉呢，是有的时候我们自己没有办法控制，因为这个是我们的业力生生世世带来的。那我们在那个境界当中呢，就无法解脱。 所以这个就是非常的重要的，就是我们不要执着在那一个感觉上面，然后在那当下呢，很多的中医里面的显现的本尊也好，诸佛菩萨智慧，还是这些明光，对我们来讲都是一个很大的障碍。
Okay, so it is so important during the Bardos when all these Vidyadharas appears. One should have a total trust in all these Vidyadharas, and one has to make this aspirational prayer, requesting all the Vidyadharas to push from behind, to protect from behind, and also lead the way from the front, so that we don't wander into 6 realms. And this is how one should have a strong make strong aspirational prayer to all the Vidyadharas, so we are totally protected in Bardo, because the Bardo journey is treacherous, and there are so many hindrances that one tend to cross one after another. And if the person is weak in practice, somehow the person who is very frightened, very exhausted, tend to easily lure by other forces, such as the light of 6 realm. So it's a constant struggle, yet you have to make this effort, or else we go lower and lower and lower.
所以在当这个王家达拉就是智慧佛母呢，通通显现的时候，它有2个部分会引导我们，一个就是在我们的背后一直的把我们往前推，而在这个之前呢，就是有所有的住空行母带领我们进入。那么当我们能够很坚定的跟着这个方向走的话，我们就会进入这个空行母带我们进入这个解脱。要不然的话，我们的业力，我们一直没有办法从这个业力当中解脱出来的话，当这个下一个光显现的时候，它就是一个比较灰暗的。那当你这个灰暗的光来的时候，就像上师刚才所比喻的，好像睡觉很舒服，给你很舒服的感觉的时候，你跟着这个不同的这个6道光下去的话，你就会下到6道，可能你掉下去的这个道呢会越来越深。所以这个非常的重要，是在我们做这个中阴戒、中阴身修持的时候，我们必须要把持住的我们的意念的坚定。
So, when we are alive, there are many things out of our hand, many things that we cannot overcome. It is very difficult. However, if you compare the dangers, the difficulties that we face during the Bardo stages, it is like 1,000 times, if not million times, much more difficult. So we cannot expect everything to be right in Bardo. In order to be right, this is the time, this is the moment. We have to grab this moment and read Bardo total occasionally. You don't have to read every day, but at least few times in your lifetime, and look at the pictures of all the deity, so that you are fully prepared, because we don't know when this moment will come, and we cannot wait until the moment comes. But before this moment comes, we have to be fully prepared. Then we don't have to be afraid. Like what Melarapa said. Melarapa said he was so afraid of death, so he ran away to forest. And then by knowing what is death, death is a way of life. Death is something not real, illusion. So now he said that he's not afraid anymore. So this is the strength and courage that we need to have through our practices. Then we won't feel at all when this time comes.
所以当我们现在还在生的时候呢，我们都知道有很多事情我们都失控，我们都无法去控制。那么同样的，当我们进入中阴的时候，业力是以1000倍的增长。 所以我们不能有那种指望或者那种概念是说啊没关系，我什么都等到中阴的时候再做。其实呢，现在不去修的话，你的业力在中阴界里面增长1000倍的力量是超乎你想象的。那如果你没有办法把持，在现在修持的时候去认知，那个业力呢，很容易的就把我们妄想拖。那同样的，上次做一个比方，我们的祖师弥勒日巴，当他去山林里面自己去修行的，他唯一的一个恐惧就是他怕死亡，所以他进去了。但是当他得到成就的时候，诸法都是空相的，都是空性的，那已经没有什么好怕了。所以当他已经从这个修持当中了悟了这一个部分的时候，他所有的恐惧都已经没有了。所以呢，这个就是对我们来讲很重要的，就是我们平常还没有到中阴的死亡的境界的时候，我们要好好的修行。
So we may have 49 days, but this doesn't mean that we have to go through all the 49 days. It's not like going to school. Kindergarten, then different way you count, then college and university. No, you don't have to go through all the level. So it is up to us. Each time, each day, if you are able to recognize, you just actually free yourself of the Bardo stages. Why there are 49 days? Because there are so many different level individuals. Some may be able to recognize, some may not able to recognize. So people who, due to lack of practice and due to lack of coming connection with all the deities, tend to fall further down, further and further and further and further down. For those people to help in the different ways. First, all the peaceful deity appears, and when they are not able to liberate them, then all this peaceful deity now transform into all the wrathful deities. It becomes more frightening, more scary, more threatening. So it becomes harder because you tend to be more afraid. You tend to run away because it's so frightening. So your chances of freedom become lesser and lesser when you go further and further down. So realizing and by understanding such difficulties ahead, we need to recognize this moment and try to free yourself from Bardo stages.
虽然在这个中阴呢，我们死亡有749天，但并不是说你一定要整个的过程经过这49天。如果在这49天尽早你可以进入解脱的话，你就尽快的去吧。那这个不像是我们你这个49天是这么说，但是好像我们去读书，我们要毕业了49天，这个完全是不一样的。而我们呢，都有不同的业力，所以有一些他们在中阴的时候呢，会在早几天呢，他认知的时候，他就可以解脱了。那有的呢，因为他们的业力，他们可能的时间会比较迟。但是上师在这里特别的提醒我们，尽早的去认知本尊，跟着本尊直接就去解脱，不要一直拖时间，然后拖到后面呢，你的那个期限所显现的境界是越来越可怕，越来越困难，那么让你的那个要得到解脱的这个几率呢，也变得越来越低。所以呢，我们还是仁波切给我们的劝告，尽快的在这个修行中阴的时候去认知这个本尊，不要等到749天全部过完。
So I would say Bardo, if I try to find example of what Bardo really means, would be like an airport. The airport. Sometimes flight get delayed, then you remain for many hours in airport. If it's on time, then you fly maybe up, right time, maybe 49 days. And if you hire a private jet, the moment you reach airport, you can just fly. Yeah. So it's like an airport. So it all depends on not in the airport, but the depends on the person. If the person is fully qualified, who have practiced so much in this life, then they don't have to go through all the Bardo stages. The moment death comes, instantly they recognize the luminosity, they are liberated. You know, they become Dhammakaya Buddha, so they don't have to go through all the different stages. And if the person is very evil, very disturbed, and as I mentioned yesterday, again and again, attachment and anger, especially anger, imprison consciousness in this samsara for a long, long time. So these are the two factors that we need to avoid. And if the person is very evil, then you don't have a luxury even to go through all the other stages. Instantly, you will reborn in the hell realm. See, so it all depends on how we practice and who we are. And now have all the opportunities, you know, we have all the authorities. And when we are still alive, I always tell people, okay, before you die, you should do many good things. Because when you do now, it's more powerful. We acquire lots of merits. The moment you die, somebody will do it for us. Even you don't like it or you like it, somebody do it for us. So it is not so meaningful when somebody does for you. It is more meaningful when you're alive. You should at least do something positive. So when time comes, we are proud. You know, at least, oh, I've done this. You know, I don't have to worry. I can tell all the Bardo God that I've done something good. You know, so I don't have to worry. So this is up to us, and this is the moment that we have. We shouldn't waste it.
那么如果要讲中阴的这个意思呢，怎么样去形容呢？上师就讲，好像那个 airport 航空站。当我们到航空站的时候，我们都是依据这个时间，飞机会不会准时的飞行，或者飞机有的时候因为某种的原因，它就会延迟。所以呢，这同样的道理，如果你的业力很好，你的福报很好，你一到飞机场准时起飞，那么你就直接进入报身境，或者叫做那个法身，然后到报身。但是如果你的业力是很重的话呢，你就在那边拖延时间，那么带来给你的也是一种很不自在、很恐惧的那种感觉。所以呢，这个如果说是一个修行或者一个众生，他的业力很重的话，他有，比如啦，他的执着心很重，或者他憎恨心很重，那么他会在经过整个的中阴的程序当中，他还是没有办法解脱。等到整个中阴已经过去了，他下去的就是下面了，他没有别的地方可以去。所以呢，在我们现在还在世，我们还有这个生命的时候呢，我们要多行善，多做一些有意义的事情。那至少你可以对自己有一个安慰就是说我真正的有做到一个很有意义的事。在中阴的时候呢，所有的空行护法本尊他们都会认知我曾经做过这样的善事，所以呢，对这个本身修行的人来讲，他就会有比较好的这个因缘呢，在中阴的时候得到解脱。
And many times, you may hear this question: how I will know that the person has found the right place? As the Bardo Toto explains, if the practitioner is well practiced, then when the person dies, one will first see the sign who sit in meditation for sometime 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, for months, even years, the moment someone dies. And then this person doesn't have to be monk or nun. There are laymen, laywomen who are able to sit in such meditation, which shows that the person is in meditation, who have recognized the luminosity. Okay, these are the signs one can see. And also during the cremation, then one will see rainbow, little bit of shower, and then sometimes you will feel a little bit earthquake, but not very strong. Okay, just a little bit. You know, you feel it. That's all, but not the big one. Okay, these are the signs. And sometimes you tend to smell fragrances, you know, very, very nice fragrances, you know. So these are all the signs that the person is well practiced. And also you will find relics, you know, relics after a body is committed. So these are the signs that this person is well practiced.
那可能还有个问题呢，就是说我们怎么样去知道这个人修行的人，他是一个很好的修行者？那么在这个他们往生的那段时间之内呢，他们会坐在禅定里面，就是他虽然已经这个内外气都已经没有了，已经死亡了，但是他还可以坐在那个禅定的当中。 有的时候3天，有的时候7天，有的时候更久。那这一些很好的修行者，我们就可以知道他有一些征兆。那么他显现的是有一些吉祥的征兆，就是他旁边身上化现我们火化了之后，他会有很多的舍利子出来，或者在他作画的时候那一段时间，他会有很多的吉祥，好像他的头顶会有那个光环啊、围绕啊这些。 都是一个很好修行者呢给我们所留下来的吉祥，那么我们就可以知道他是一个不可思议的修行人。
You know, I would like to relate one story. You know, to one of my Kempo Gonga, he managed to get a piece of bone of Thakur Rinpoche from Tibet. You know, during the Cultural Revolution, you know, the monastery has kept. The body of Thakur Rinpoche, the whole body. So during the Cultural Revolution, the stupa was destroyed and body was thrown outside. And one man, he was very smart, and he said, he said, you evil, he kicked the body of Thakur Rinpoche and removed his whole arm. He know that this is so precious. So as if he's trying to, evil, pull his arm, and he kept with him. And today it's like, so precious. It's like $1 million. So, whoever, who has devotion to Thakur Rinpoche, I think he gives little bit, small pieces. So I managed to get one small piece of bone. I think it's a finger, one of his fingers, small piece. So I keep inside the bottle, So, Kempo said that it will give birth to many relics. Of course, I believe that there are some statues, some holy object do, give birth to relics, But I've never seen personally myself. So then I keep this bone inside my cupboard for a year. And after 1 year, we are cleaning, and I totally forgotten this. Thakur Rinpoche's bone inside my cupboard. Then when I removed the cupboard, when I look, wow, my God, there were so many relics, There's like small, you can see tiny relics, and start to grow bigger and bigger. And some of the relics are really big, So even it's so amazing that this is something, I don't know how to explain properly. I don't know how the scientists will explain this. Even the black pig from 16 Kamapa, he gave me a few black pills, the mother pill. And I keep inside a bottle. Now it's like 30, 40 grandchildren. Now black will give birth to one after another. So I have one bottle 30, 40, So it really grows. It's something really amazing. I don't know how to put it into words and how to really explain this.
上次在这里讲一个故事，那是在西藏，中国文化大革命的期间呢，有一个Kempo Gonga， 这个 Gonga 上师。那么在这个文化大革命的时候，其实那时候中共他们会无端端的会杀掉很多所谓的高僧， 因为他们对这种他们是不会很相信的。可是呢，对这些Campbell 来讲，喇嘛来讲，他们非常非常相信这些修行很好的上师呢，都会有很吉祥的那个征兆。所以在文化大革命的时候呢，那个大波仁波切的舍身，他们就是乱整，那他就很聪明，他就从他的这个一只手背就拿到他的那一只手背，然后他跟仁波切讲，这个是大波仁波切的上司的这个手背，然后呢，他就送给了我们仁波切。他说一个很小很小的，好像一个玻璃珠这么大小，他说可能是他的那个手指头。这个手指头呢，交给仁波切之后，仁波切自己本身也已经忘记很多年了，他就把它放在坛城的一个罐子里面。那其实仁波切说真的，他是很相信，他不是不相信，只是他忘了。结果有一天呢，他去开来看的时候，真的是不可思议，从他这样一个小小的指头长了差不多要一整个罐子里面呢，都长的是舍利，有大有小。全部都是。那仁波切自己本身呢，也从16世大宝法王那里呢有法王那个时候有，我们都知道非常有名的叫黑药丸。他这黑药丸的当中呢，母药丸并不是很多，所以上师在大宝法王手中呢，就拿到黑药丸的母药丸。这个母药丸呢，放了这么多年之后，真的子子孙孙，它也是生了很多粒。大大小小不同的这个黑药丸，所以呢，当一个修行者他真的有那种成就的时候，不管他已经往生了已经圆寂了，已经不在这个世间，但是他所留下来的这些我们所谓的吉祥的征兆，那么这些都是其中的一个例子。
Okay, another story, very interesting. I think it was happened in Nepal, if I remember clearly. Karmapa, 16th years old, 16 Karmapa was circumambulating stupa, and then when he was circumambulating, he just spit, like that on the floor. You can't do that in Singapore. Okay. So he just spit on the floor, and there was a guy. He ran towards this, then he put, remove and then put inside a tissue paper, and kept with him. He didn't open. And then I think after a few months later, when you open, all become relic, all turn into relic. So that shows that of course. The attainment of the individual and also the sign of devotion that person has. Otherwise, probably we will get then you may not have relic. Probably you may just have a saliva, that's all.
上次在这里再讲到一个故事，应该是发生在尼泊尔。那当时是16世大宝法王，他去绕那个加德满都那边有一个斯图巴很有名的舍利塔，他在绕塔的时候，他就随口吐了一口痰。那么在他旁边的一位弟子呢，就立刻去把那个痰呢用手巾拿起来，然后包住在里面。那他就一直没有去打开过。几年以后呢，当他打开的时候，真的是不可思议，他居然生了很多的舍利子。所以上师在这里就是告诉我们。真正有一些修行的这些上师们，他们所留下来的这些吉祥的，就表示他们的修行是相当高的成就。
Why Bardo discussion is so important? There are many reasons, and some of the reasons, I put it into slide. Why it is so important to listen and why important to read about Bardo Total. This is the practice known as, a person who never meditates, still able to achieve liberation. Yeah, and this is the practice by listening, simply listening, one obtains liberation. doing the Bardo. And this is a practice, even person with full of karma, full of bad karma, there is no way you could pass the door to heaven or in pure lands. There is always sacred door to be open, and you are invited through. And this is a practice. Instantly, one is able to change all the bad karma that you have cultivated throughout your life, change into positive karma, and to become enlightened in Bardo. And there are so many reasons why Bardo Todo is so important to practice and observe in our daily life.
那么这个中阴的教法跟修持为什么那么的重要呢？那么上次在这里举一个例子，如果是一个人，他从来没有怎么样的去做这个修持，不过他在这中阴的时候呢，他一样可以解脱，是什么因缘？这个叫做听闻解脱，就是说在他有生的时候呢，他有听闻到这个中阴的教法，而在中阴的时候，他可以记住这些教法，所以一样的可以得到解脱。相反的，如果一个人的业障他不清楚他这个业障，当这个业障呢在中阴身显现的时候呢，他会盖住他的这个解脱的，就会增加这个难度，会给他这个障碍。所以上师在这里还是一样的告诫我们在这个日常生活当中，我们平时一定要多做这个中阴禅定的修法。
Okay, and there are also signs that according to Bardo Todo, one may experience when somebody dies. Of course, there is no meditation. There are a lot of times you will see people like dying, fully open their mouth and so frightened. That's according to Bardo, it says like, and also I heard from some of the Rinpoches saying that they, when the person is almost dying, they recall all the things they have done, and then if they have done something very serious, have committed serious crime, and everything's becomes so clear. And when you start seeing all this, garden of hells, then you are so frightened. You want to escape, you can't escape. So these are the signs, and you won't see, even after cremation, you won't see anything. You won't see no relics, no rainbow, but a lot of rain, thunder, and a lot of bad things happen. So sometimes you may not also see any sign. You just die like ordinary person. You're just dead. So these are the signs that the person is not well practiced. But it is hard to judge. Not necessarily all qualified teachers remain in samadhi. They may not remain in the samadhi that how we learn, but they may be in samadhi. So it's something hard to tell. But what is important is, until 49 days, if as a family, as a friend, if you can afford every day, you can, do prayers every day. If not, the day he died or she died, once a week for 49 days. And after 49 days, maybe for 3 years, every day, every year, the day, the person died. Okay, so you can offer a special period. That is the tradition we tend to follow in Tibet and yes, in Nepal and Bhutan.
那么所谓的这些征兆呢，有一些他是普通众生，他没有修持，也没有禅定。当这些普通众生他往生的那一刹那，他有几个征兆会显现。我们上次第一个就讲他张大口，然后面部的那个表情呢是非常恐惧的，甚至于在他临要咽气的那个之前呢，他会嘴巴就会不断的讲述他所做的一些恶业，他所造的一些不为人知的一些恶业， 他在那个当下都会讲出来。那但是呢，也有人呢，他修持的时候他不为人知，就是说别人都不知道他到底是有修还是没有修。不过呢，当他进入这个中阴的时候呢，他就进入萨玛地。当他进入这个萨玛地的时候呢，他还是有这个因缘在中阴的时候得到这个解脱。所以上次说，这个普通人如果往生，如果我们要帮他们的话，就是当他往生了，除了这749天，每一天帮他念诵，或者1个礼拜念诵1次啊。当他这个念诵的圆满的时候呢，有一个这些普通人有的时候他们也是可以得到那个解脱的。那有的呢，就是我们自己的亲人已经往生了，那我们每一年在增加，在他忌日那一天，再帮他在不停的念诵。那这样子的因缘相呢，他也会有解脱的机会。
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, all the peaceful deities, the duration is a bit longer. You may able to see them, longer. But when the time comes, the wrathful deities, they are very brave. And earlier, you may see a lot of light that actually radiates from the deity, different Buddha family. But here, there's no light. It's just what they call, how they look, threatening, forceful, wrathful. This is how they appear. Okay, so if someone who have done meditation every day, not necessarily have to be hours, but at least 5 minutes a day, help them to recognize when they're in Bardo. So also meditation plays a crucial role.
那么早先上师也有提到，那么在这个中阴界的时间呢，有一些也是会增加这个时间，就是它会增长。那现在呢，这个所谓极静尊，它都会有这些光不同颜色的光不同发出来这些光。但是当你到58尊愤怒尊后面的时候呢，这些愤怒尊是没有发光的，它显现给你的是它的相，它的相有的是恐怖的相，有的时候愤怒的相，让你这当下一看呢，你就会非常的害怕。为什么呢？这就是跟我们的业力因果是有关系的。如果你每一天都在修持的话，你可以认知减轻你这个愤怒啦，或者是我们的憎恨心啦，所贪嗔痴慢疑这些，如果可以轻的话呢，虽然我们可能在中阴身的时间会增长，但是也是有机会去得到解脱。相反的，当你看到这些愤怒尊的时候呢，它是非常可怕的。所以在那当下呢，要得到解脱，如果你是一个很好修行的，你可以当下认知的话，你还是可以得到解脱。相反，如果你没有办法或害怕的话，你就退转，你还是会下三道。
And one thing, we have to be clear because we tend to have this perception. When you think about Tara, we think Tara should be always like then Tara, Or else, if Tara is sitting like that, then we don't think it's Tara. But even wrathful deity, I don't think they are like 24 hours. I don't think they look like that. They are different. These are different posture. You may have you sit like this, take a picture. It's a different posture. But I don't think they are always, So that's what we need to keep in mind. And basically, what we need to understand is, as mentioned many times earlier, we need to simply see them as a display of our mind. By seeing them as display of our mind, what happens is that the fear that you tend to have in you because of their threatening look, frightening look, scary look, we will we may try to run away from the right path. So the moment we see them, okay, these are just display our primordial mind, our mind. So what happens is all your fear suddenly dissolves. Then you will be fearless. And the benefit of being fearless, that very particular, what happens is then or you may see them as your idam, then you merge with all the deities, then you are instantly liberated. So this is one of the, again, profound way to free yourself from such situation.
其实他们所显现的呢，我们叫不同的形象。当我们在这个摊嘎上面哈，我们看到这个画像上面，他们的手印啊，或者他们所拿的好像是很愤怒、很可怕的。其实上师在这里跟我们说，在中阴的时候，并不一定所有的这个愤怒的本尊，它是用这样的形象显现的。为什么呢？因为我们的心所化现出来的是根据我们的业力。当我们在业力所显的时候呢，他们自然会化现那个相出来。所以，如果你认知这些就是我所造的业，当你当下认知的时候，你能够清除，那么你跟这个本尊相融，或者它融入你，或者它消失了，已经清除了你的恐惧感，那么你在当下还是可以得到这个解脱的。所以呢，上师在这里就是跟我们一再的开示，让我们知道我们的心性是有业障，或者有被清除业障，在这个中阴界的时候，它所反射出来的。如果你当下能够认知，这些都是你心性所反射出来的，你就失去了，就消失了那个恐惧感。当你这个恐惧感一消失的时候，你的业障在当下也就被清除了。所以呢，当业障一清除，你要进入那个境界呢，当下去解脱。
Okay, so now I've just written down the names because they're so long. All the for 58 deities. Anyway, when you have the book, when you have the picture, then everything will be clear. That if I explain everything here, it may take long time. Then you'll really be in samadhi.
如果仁波切要一一的把这58个愤怒尊全部念出来呢，其实是蛮长时间的。那当以后我们有这个法本，或者这个法本的讲解上面呢，会记载的非常的清楚，然后从那个当中呢，我们去了解它。
And you may start saying, "Oh, Rinpoche, can you make it short?" Okay, so during the 8 days, now all the peaceful deities so far that we, saw during the, see what we see during the Bardos will transform into wrathful deities, wrathful deities. And one thing good about during this moment is that you are so frightened and you are so alert, then there are more opportunities. So you are ready to take any opportunity that comes. So when you are told, when you learn and recognize this deity as the, this display of our own mind, or they're here to invite us, then we are easily helped. Because what happens even in daily life, if the teacher is always smiling, the student not behave. Sometimes if the teacher is strict, then you follow, tend to follow. So this may be happening in Bardo, and Buddha smile and you smile and then you may smile back, and then you take your own time, then you tend to lose opportunity one after another. So when they become more fearful, then you are more frightened, and then you try to follow, try to be in line. So that's why they appear in different forms, could be the reasons.
那么在这个第8天，这个愤怒本尊呢，去一一的照样的去显现的时候呢，如果你还可以认知的话，你就可以跟着他就解脱了。所以呢，上师刚才做一个比喻，这些极轻尊也好，愤怒尊也好，当然都是由我们心性所化现出来的。就像一位老师，如果说他跟你嬉皮笑脸，你也跟他嬉皮笑脸，你一定会在那当下呢，你不能够跟他解脱的，因为你是 take it easy， 你就是好像很轻松、很不在意的。但是当这些愤怒尊显现的时候，他对你凶的时候呢，你马上的就会怎么样？你很注意，你就会很 把这个心呢就马上的专注，说哦，他开始生气了，我不可以这样，我不可以那样。所以那个愤怒尊的显现呢，这样的时候呢，你就会乖乖的，他叫你怎么做你就怎么做，那么你就会乖乖的跟着他。那这个在中阴界里面起的这个作用呢，那也是有可能的。
Okay, so now what happened during the 8 days? The main Buddha that appears is Virajana Buddha, but known as Buddha Heruka, red black color from the central, okay, with a consort appears.
那么怎么办呢？在第8天，那这个显现的这些愤怒尊是怎么开始显的？就是先由大日如来。之前我们知道大日如来他跟佛母极尽尊是白色的，那现在呢，他就变成黑如卡，就是愤怒尊的这个本尊。
And during the 9 days, Vajraheruka, which is Vajrasattva, dark blue from the east, appears with a consort to invite us.
那么第9天呢，这个大日如来它是变成黑色的金刚萨埵跟佛母，那么他对你看的眼光呢是怒视，看住你。
And during the 10 days, Ratnaheruka, which is actually Ratna Sambhava Buddha, from the southern continent, yellow and black in color again appears to invite us.
那么第10天就是Ratna Sambhava 宝生如来，那宝生如来他化现为宝生如来的黑如卡愤怒相，再度的他会显现黄色的光迎接我们。
And during the 10 days, Padma Heruka, which is Amitabha Buddha, from the Western Pure Land, red and black color, appears and they invite us.
那么再接着下来就是阿弥陀佛，西方的阿弥陀佛一样的，它显现的颜色，然后呢用它来迎接我们。
Okay, and during 12 days, Karma Heruka, which is Amoga City, from the northern continent, green and black color, so all the deities appears one after another.
那么第12天是北方不空成就佛一样的，那么它除了它在中间显现的这个愤怒尊之外，在它周围坛城周围所有的愤怒尊呢，也会一一的显现。
So generally we know it is 49 days, but it all depends on the individual. So some people may not, live until 49 days. There are beings who may cross 49 days, could be here for many years after 49 days. Some may become wandering spirits. We call it spirit, but actually they are Bardo beings. Yeah. So they could be for a long time. Their visa probably be extended many times.
那么一般说起来呢，我们都是讲7749天。其实真正我们要得到解脱，或者是去净土的话，有的根本就不需要经过7749天，但是也有已经经过7749天还是没有办法解脱，我们叫做中阴界的游魂，他们就是在那里游荡，变成中阴界的游魂众生。
So what happened is after the 5 Buddha family, these are the messengers, different colors, from different continent. They all appear in different forms. 8 of them. 8 of them. So I think when you use the picture and then when you follow the text, you are able to see which one is which. Otherwise, it may take a long time to explain all the deities because there are 58 of them.
那么当这个五方佛刚才所讲的极尽尊跟愤怒尊都已经过了的时候呢，再接着下来，我们就是8个信差，那么一一的会显现。
Yeah, so you can take a picture. Let me think about the slides. I may share with you, but make sure that don't share with everybody who have not received part of the teaching. So let me think about this so I can live in the center. Then you can have the slides, yeah? Let me think about this.
那么你们在这个荧幕上所看到的，你们自己有这个手机可以拍的话呢，也可以拍下来。那么在法本中呢，其实会讲解的非常的清楚。那每一个本尊第几天所显现，一一的都会有很详细的讲解。
But this is just a footnote, okay? It's not a complete teaching. So you must base your teaching on the book, which is complete.
所以我们还是需要根据法本里面呢，所有的写下来的比较清楚。这些呢，只是给我们总括的一个概论，给我们知道而已。
73. And these are another group we call it Pisachis, another group of wrathful deities. They comes in different color, different appearances, and from different direction. Maybe you can take a picture, lion head, tiger head, all the different heads you can see.
那么现在你们再接下来看到的这个图像呢，就叫披萨记，这个也是所有这个愤怒尊。那么他们所显现的手啊、颜色啦，你们这边可以参考一下。
So we are going to also have in Chinese very soon. It's translating in Taiwan. Actually, the book is already ready in English, and they make some mistake. So not the whole book, but the cover. They've used the old cover, so they're redoing again. So we will have this in Amazon very soon, and also we will have it in center if you are interested.
那么英文版的这个法本其实都已经整理的完整，但是呢之间仁波切还要审查有一些错误，所以需要修改。那中文本呢的翻译，现在台湾的弟子正在帮他处理，所以呢不久之后在中心英文版跟中文版都会给各位。
Okay. These are the four goddesses of gates. You will see when you have the picture of wrathful deities, then you will see, okay? So there again appears in different forms, tiger, pig, lion, snake, different colors and from the different direction. These are all placed in the picture, okay?
Yeah, 那么再接下来的你们看到的就是4个方向，那么它们所显的像不一样，颜色不一样。那么就在荧幕上呢，你们都可以做参考，看得很清楚。
So it's easy to remember, yeah, when you see them. If you see someone with a snake head, then if you don't remember, then there's something wrong with you, yeah? Yeah? And if you see snake, then you suddenly see as a pig, then there's something wrong, yeah? So at least, when you see at the pictures, then when you see in Bardo, what you need to do is you don't have to worry anything. You forget about everything. During the 100 days, just try to recognize one of them. Just one of them, at least one of them. 100 of them, if you cannot recognize 100, at least one of them, then there's something wrong, So you have to make sure that you recognize one of them, then you are instantly liberated, okay? This is very, very important.
其实如果要认知的话是很容易的吧，不应该那么难哦。如果你看到一头蛇，你不可能说这个蛇是狮子，去把它错认。那么你们现在在荧幕上所看到的，那么上师从这个荧光幕上把所有100本尊一一的放在上面，你总有一个你可以记得或者你认识吧。当然，如果100个叫你一个一个认识很难，但是其中任何一尊。只要你能够记得，你能够认知，在中阴界的时候，你都可以得到解脱了。所以呢，这个是很重要的啊！你们如果有手机可以拍的话，就拍下来。
See, this 28 yoginis, is it? 28 yoginis, east, south, west, north. There are so many different yoginis that, as long as if you can remember one of them, and you are liberated. As you can see from the eastern continent, there is a serpent-headed. This is the story that I related to you yesterday. The old woman, she was, able to recognize the serpent-headed yoginis. So instantly she was liberated. So, when you're in Bardo, hopefully you don't have to go through Bardo. Before Bardo, you already become Buddha. but somehow you're in a Bardo. If you recognize them, oh, this is the one Rinpoche said in Fuxing Hui Guan. Oh, you must be the one. Oh, yeah, I'm free now. You know? Is this Fuxing Hui Guan? This place is called Fuxing Hui Guan? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah? I forgot it's a Fuxing Hui.
Sorry.
Where on Chila? What is it? How many of them? 28 yoginis. 28.
然后在下面你们看到就所显现的是28个瑜伽母。这28个瑜伽母呢，大家也仔细看看啊，一个一个的认吧，啊，把它能够记得的话，那任何其中一尊都可以让你解脱。那么昨天呢，上师有提到一个故事，就是那个老太太，啊，她就是哪怕在念这个经文的时候，一个很大声，讲，就是讲出来那个念出来那个本尊的名字，所以当她在中阴的时候听到那个名字，因为她记忆力非常的清楚，所以当下也得到解脱。所以这个部分呢，你们大家就参考一下。
Okay, so 76. Let me see. Okay. These are the garden of the 4 yoginis who guards the gate. So different form, different color, and yoginis.
那么在接下来你们现在看到的是4个门，这4个门呢都有一个守护，守护有4个空行母，也显现不同的相跟不同的颜色。
So now 100 deities, what you can see like 42 peaceful deities and 58 wrathful deities, okay?
所以呢，到这个部分，大家这个刚才前面呢有42个极静尊，然后到这个部分呢，整整的有58尊这个愤怒尊。
So in the book it's much clearer because it will explain what are the things they are holding. Because if I explain everything, then it becomes 300-400 slides, and you can't really finish.
如果说是有法本的话，是更容易哦。你们就是一页一页的这样子看法本呢，它也比较完整。但是如果你只是从这个荧幕上去看的话，一篇一篇过是很快的哦，你没有办法再 review， 你再回头的去看。所以希望呢，这个法本很快在中心有的话呢，但各位可以去请回家来修持。
Okay, let me recap briefly. Bardo of this line has 3 different parts. Yeah, 3 sub-Bardos: Bardo of birth, Bardo of dream, Bardo of meditation. And generally there are 4 Bardo: Bardo of this life, and Bardo moment before death. Moment before death. You know, this is the most important part, and this is the time that there are 2 critical factors that decides what the person would be in Bardo, what kind of Bardo that person will undertake. One way or another, we have to make sure that the person is not anger, and always remind the person impermanence, and also try not to try to help the person to not to have attachment to family, belonging, and things, because these are the 2 factors that will imprison the person's consciousness in Bardo for a long time. And when the death comes, after the dissolution of 4 elements and the white dot that reside in our crown and the red dot that reside in the navel, when these 2 comes together, reaches heart, that it merges together, that's the time most people will faint. And if a person is a practitioner, great practitioner, that is the time the person will see the luminosity, the first luminosity, and then continue with the meditation. Then instantly, once the person will attain body of Dharmakaya or body of realization, and somehow if the person misses this opportunity, and the person will still have, and during that time, what happens is like the consciousness injects through your central jhana to Amitabha Pure Land or wherever Amitabha's heart. If the person misses this first opportunity, the second opportunity arises, and during this time, what happens is that somehow your consciousness has escaped from the right or left channel, or from the 9 different doors. The person still doesn't know that he or she has died, but the person sees surrounding everything, feels everything, and that is the time a person able to remember, or during the recitation of Bardo, a person is able to grab the meaning of luminosity, and that very moment when the person will be liberated. And if this person misses this opportunity, that too long. Okay, can you go with that first?
OK， 那么讲到这里呢，那上师就把整个这个中阴的过程呢，大概的跟各位带过的方式呢去了解。那昨天我们也讲到，这个生命就是我们在世的中阴、睡梦中阴跟禅定中阴。那么到最后呢是死亡中阴。其实最重要的呢，这个死亡中阴也是非常非常重要的。因为当一个众生呢，他要往生的时候，进入死亡的时候，我们在周边所有帮助他的人，千万要注意，你不可以生气啊，你也不可以很大声的讲话，让他得到那个恐惧的感觉。所以呢，我们要帮助他，在他身边不断的告诉他、提醒他，不要执着在世间的这一切。那这个4大相融的时候呢，是在我们的头顶。额头呢是白色的菩提，白菩提，在我们的际部是红菩提。当这个红白菩提一个往下降，一个从上升的时候，在我们心间呢，它会刹那之间相融。那么在这个时候呢，有很好修行上根器修，在世的时候，他有修到很好的禅定的时候呢，他可以认知，当这个红白菩提到心间相应的时候。他刹那之间在明光中，他可以认知的话，他即身进入法身界。如果这第一次的明光显现呢失去的话呢，我们第2次的明光再显现的时候呢，那个时候我们的意识呢就会在9门，就是我们做破瓦法都知道啊，我们的中脉从我们底轮到我们的头顶轮呢，就是有9轮。当这个9轮，我们做破瓦法，就是从这个意识呢，从九门到顶轮呢，直接入这个阿弥陀佛净土，就不经过这个6道中阴。所以呢，所有这个9门呢，当我们能够在当下可以认知，在还没有正式真正死亡以前，如果认知的话，在那个明净光中呢，我们也可以当下解脱。
Okay, so to most people, the moment this merges together, when all these 4 elements dissolve, most people will faint. They will faint, they don't know. So the moment when they wake up, they are already in Bardo. Yeah, most people. So what happens is that when the person is not able to grasp the moment of first, second luminosity, so during the 3rd luminosity, that we have shortly, what we have discussed earlier, all the 100 deities start to appear one after another, And now you can't be obtain Dharmakaya body. Dharmakaya, the body of Dharmakaya literally means the body of realization. When you realize the true essence of mind, then you achieve the body of Dharmakaya, which is the body of realization. And then there is a body of joy, which is called Sambhogakaya. So during the 100 deities, if you recognize one of the deities, then you obtain the body of Sambhogakaya. And somehow, the person misses all the chances to recognize all the 100 deities, somehow, this happens, this happens. We miss flight, we miss buses, we miss train, then you need to walk. There are such person. I miss everything. Now I need to walk. So there are such persons. So fortunately, we still have one choice, one chance to be liberated. There's a Bardo of existence. That's what we're going to discuss tomorrow. In this Bardo, what we will learn is how to first prevent the sixth realm, the womb of six realms. So we have to make sure that we don't reborn in six realms, because we know among the six realms, God realm and human realm is the best. But as a human, we all know, is this the best place? Is this the best place? So we know we don't want to come back again, yeah? So we need to try our best to block human realm. But somehow, because the karmic force, karmic wind is so strong, it keeps pushing us. So we have to we have to choose one way or another. If you are fallen further down, you have no choice. If you are fallen further down, then you have to choose one of the realms. Of course, best is still human and God realm. That's what we're going to learn tomorrow. And for now, I will leave it here. And if you have any question, I will try to explain, give you an answer. That's all for now. Okay, second part. 79.
那么很多情况下，就是当一个众生要进入死亡的时候呢，这个红白菩提相遇在心间，然后四大开始相融的那个当下，他就会昏迷。OK， 在这个昏迷的醒来了之后呢，他才会看到，才会知道这我们刚才所讲的100本尊的一一的这个显现。那么这个显现呢，就从极静尊，然后开始到愤怒尊。那么在极静尊到愤怒尊呢，这个之间呢，如果我们可以认知的话，我们可以当下了悟这个明空不二，进入法性界。如果这个机会也失去的话呢，我们就从第4、第5开始，就慢慢的其他的58个愤怒尊呢就开始显现。那我们在这个当中呢，如果也可以认知任何一个本尊的话呢，我们就会进入所谓的妙乐境界，在这个空性妙乐的当中呢，显现报身相。所以呢，但是上师说，并不表示说他在这个中阴界的时候没有机会，他就完全没有机会。那也有的呢，他会在比较迟的，这个就是个人的因果业力的关系，会在比较迟的后续上面呢，他可能还会有解脱的机会。今天上师开示呢到这里，明天呢上师会跟我们继续讲的是最后一个中阴，叫做注入中阴，就是我们真正的在这个中阴里面的注入这个中阴里面那个6道显现的时候，我们明天将来讨论这6道。这6道显现，事实上就是我们自己本身业力的牵引。如果你在这100本尊显现的这些期限里面，你都无法解脱的话，这6道就会来了，那就是代表我们的业力的影响。所以我们可能在当下没有任何的选择。当这个6道的门开的时候，一一的给我们去选的时候呢，至少这个教法里面还是可以让我们选择。这6道里面最好的2个道呢，就是一个是天道，一个是人道。所以这个讨论课题将会在明天下午。